you'd better think of something, Jessica, because my blood pressure's already redlined it. All I have to do is stand up, and I will have a cerebral hemorrhage on the spot.
Simon says, stand up. This is the key to a remote cabin in the woods, where in the next 2 days you will kill Bert. You invite him to go fishing with you.
Fishing?
Well, if you tell him the real reason, I don't think he's going to want to go, eh?
Everyone is saying
All right, stop.
stop in the name of love, people.
Shut up, Benson.
I'm sorry about a lot of things in my life. But most of all, I'm sorry for what's happened between us. I'm going to miss you.
She shouldn't have had an affair, but I do feel sorry for her.
Goodbye, Corinne.
Hello there everyone and welcome to the video. My name's Serenity Solo Reacts and here we are with Soap Season 1 Episode 5. I do wish this show ran for a lot longer than what it did. It runs for 4 seasons. I don't know if it has a definitive ending. I don't know if it was cancelled or if it just ended naturally. I think it was created by the same people who did Golden Girls. And the kitchen is quite reminiscent of Golden Girls, except for some doors in a different place, but it reminds me of it. If this is your first episode, I do highly encourage you to go back to the first one. It is a parody of a soap opera, therefore things carry over. It reminds me of Sunset Beach in a way, but only the wacky scenes, not the straight scenes that ended up being quite boring. It seems like everyone's having an affair with everyone. One affair's just been found out, by the way, so you might want to go back because of that. It does have the warning at the beginning because there is one, I think this is the only one that might be a bit controversial. There is one storyline that is running that I'm a bit worried about. I'm afraid people are going to not like it and going to try to cancel it. Please, I do put the warning up for a reason. If you're easily offended, do not watch this show. I'm enjoying it immensely. I think it's fantastic. The last 2 episodes dipped in funniness. With the previews though, I'm not saying it's not funny. It's very good. It does have its laughs per episode. Benson is fab. What I'll be doing in the previews is doing some funny scenes and doing some scenes, you know, like a soap opera, like the non-funny ones. That's what I'll be doing, so hopefully you don't mind that. So I'd just like to thank everyone who's subscribed and followed to me so far, whether YouTube, Daily Motion or Twitter. I thank you ever so much, it really does help me out. And to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me, that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much, I love you lots no matter what tier you are. So with that, let's get into the next episode.
This is the story.
Is it going to be convoluted again this time?
Jessica Tate and Mary Campbell.
So you will get the
Jessica lives in a neighborhood
recap,
known as Ridge.
but I still highly urge you to
Jessica
go back.
likes life. The only thing about life she would change, if she could, is that she would set it all to music. The Tates have more secrets than they do money. We're approaching Mary Campbell's house.
Did they leave a bit there?
Mary, too, likes life. Unfortunately, life doesn't seem to be too crazy about her. As you can see, the Campbells don't have nearly as much money as the Tates. They do, however, have as many secrets.
More, I'd say a lot more, deadlier ones.
In last week's episode of Soap, Danny once again tried to kill Bert, but couldn't.
Oh,
Corinne tried to talk Father Timothy Flotsky into leaving the church and going with her, but couldn't.
Is it going to though?
Unable to have the only man she ever wanted, Corinne decided to go ahead and move in with Peter. Meanwhile,
Is it going to be a
Jessica
wedding day
was
thing?
telling Peter she could never see him again. Corinne walked in and found her mother kissing Peter. Little did she know her mother was kissing him off. Corinne, unable to have Father Tim, the man she wants, can't live with him, and finding the man she has with her mother can't live at home. And since she has to live somewhere, she decides to move in with Peter anyway. Confused?
we didn't
You
get
won't
that
be
bit.
after this week's episode of Soap.
They didn't. She didn't say that though in the last episode. Like she'll definitely move in with him. So thanks, narrator, for telling us that. It's got cooties.
All right, Billy, enough is enough. 2 days locked up in your room because Molly broke up with you is plenty.
Really?
But I can't go back. I can't face the kids.
What do you plan to do with your life?
I don't know. Join the circus and become a clown.
Good luck.
No, because of some little girl?
She's not some little girl. We were going
Did
steady.
he get his medal back?
And she left me for a junior.
Well, why don't you fight for her? Win her back.
Dad, come on. I can't compete. He's 6'1" and drives a convertible. I'm a midget with a Schwinn.
How old's this dude?
Well, what is she?
The
The only
junior,
girl
6'1".
in the world? Billy, do you know how many girls there are out there? They're all over the place. Thousands, millions of them.
Millions?
Beautiful, wonderful, glorious, beloved.
I hope you're speaking of women.
Yeah, but I want Molly.
That's only because you can't have Molly. Billy, let me tell you a story. During the war, this guy, Herbie, and I became friends. Well, Herbie fell in love with a wonderful Italian girl, Carla. Thinking of Carla was what got him through the war. Well, Carla died, and Herbie nearly fell apart. He stayed in, drank. I've never seen anyone so miserable. And then one day, Herbie came to me and he said, Chet, life must go on. And Herbie went on.
Died?
A few years later, he fell in love with another woman, married her, and they went to Jamaica on their honeymoon, and she ran off with a steel band.
The whole of them?
But Herbie went on. He married again, and this time at the wedding reception, his bride left him for the caterer. But still, Herbie went on. His next wife ran off with his partner who ran off with his business. But still, Herbie went on. Because you see, Billy, he knew that there's a whole world out there. He knew that somewhere, around some corner, he would find happiness.
What happened to him?
Wow. I feel like a jerk. I mean, look at Herbie, a lifetime of disasters. I had a week with a 13-year-old shrimp who lisps. And I'm gonna throw my life away? Thanks, Dad.
Good boy. I'll see you at breakfast.
Hey, Dad, where's Herbie now?
Oh, he's in a mental institution.
He didn't die.
What?
Yes, he just sits in the corner, talks in numbers, and makes lovely baskets.
He's got a hobby.
I thought he always goes on.
Oh, Billy, please, there's just so much going on that a man can do.
Betrayal does hit you, especially the more you've had it. Wow.
Are you going to tell Mr. Tate that Corinne is moving in with Peter? Because if you are, that's 2 places I won't have to set no more.
No, Benson, only
they have to-
one place. Corinne's.
2, because when Mr. Tate finds out, it's going to kill him.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chester.
It's not even cooked.
Benson, I asked for a 3-minute egg.
That is a 3-minute egg.
This egg is raw.
Well, what you expect when you ask for an egg in 3 minutes? I got to get it out of the refrigerator, get it onto a plate, get it all the way in here. You want it cooked, and you got to give me 10 minutes.
That's why I like Benson. He's so sassy.
I have an announcement to make. Corinne is not here.
Well done.
I think that we can see that, Jessica.
Well, yes, of course you can, Chester, because her seat is empty.
Where is she?
Corinne is moving.
Moving? Where?
Where? Where is she moving? Oh, Chester, that is a good question. Corinne is moving into an apartment that she's going to share with someone.
Come on, Benson.
Oh, well, not surprised.
Not yet.
I thought you were just going to guess.
I'm sure she's at an age when she wants to be on her own, and she's going to have a roommate.
Yes, dear.
Good. I really don't want her living alone. Do we know the girl's family?
Yes, we do. We know the family really quite well. As a matter of fact, we're all almost related.
Good. Who is it?
Billy, run upstairs and get Mother something.
Why can't anybody ever talk in front of me? I mean, I walk into a room and conversation stops. I went around for years thinking a surprise party was being planned for me. Well, I'm not leaving, Mom. I'm not missing this.
Jessica, who is the girl?
What girl, Chester?
The girl Corinne will be living with.
The girl? Oh, the girl. Oh, look, here's Corinne. I told Daddy that you were moving, dear.
Who is she moving in with?
And Daddy thinks that's nice. Isn't that nice, dear? Things are so much nicer when people think they're nice. Don't you think so? I think so.
You didn't tell him who I was moving in with?
No.
I'm moving in with Peter.
Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her.
Put her in a pumpkin shell and there he kept her very well.
Oh, I love that one, don't you, Daddy?
Corinne, what are you saying?
Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so.
Everyone is saying
All right, stop.
stop in the name of love before
Shut up, Benson.
you break my heart.
All right, Corinne, one more time.
I'm surprised Benson were helping them.
I said I'm moving in with Peter.
Peter. Who's Peter?
Peter Campbell, the tennis pro.
That's it? That's the big thing? I thought it'd be something good.
I'm sorry, Daddy. Goodbye.
No breakfast before you go?
Goodbye, Major.
Oh.
Goodbye, Benson.
Corinne, if you need anything, you call me, okay? But don't bring your laundry around here, because I ain't gonna do it.
That's it? You're just going to sit there while our daughter throws her life away?
But Chester, I don't know what else to do.
Get her back.
How?
Well, you'd better think of something, Jessica, because my blood pressure's already redlined it. All I have to do is stand up, and I will have a cerebral hemorrhage on the spot.
Simon says, stand up.
What's going on, Corinne?
Nothing.
Nothing. You're upstairs packing, Mother's downstairs crying, and nothing's going on?
I don't want to talk about it.
You know, it's funny, Corinne. All these years, I couldn't wait for one of us to move out of the house, and now you are, and I'm kind of sad.
It's better this way.
Well, tell me, Corinne.
I can't.
Are you in love?
Really, Eunice, I can't talk about it. You
Is
wouldn't
she, though?
understand.
I would understand. I'm in love.
You're in love? But you never go out. Who are you in love with, United Parcel?
Corinne, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I can't tell you
I know
who it
it
is.
is,
It's
but-
very complicated.
Complicated, please. You don't know from complicated.
Congressman.
Now, believe me, Corinne, if you knew who was involved in my situation, you'd faint.
If you knew who was involved in mine, you'd drop dead.
All right, Corinne, all right. I happen to be in love with a public figure.
Peanuts.
A married public figure.
Zip.
All right, Corinne. I'm in love
Don't tell her.
with Congressman Walter McCallum. Top that.
I could. But I can't tell you.
Well, I knew you couldn't. Mine's
Right.
bigger.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
A married congressman?
right.
How do you like this one? I'm moving in with Peter Campbell, who's also having an affair with Mother.
Corinne, you're not allowed to lie.
Forgot about that
It's
bit.
the truth.
Mother? Our mother.
Keep it in the family.
The mother downstairs? Jessica? The redhead?
That's the one.
You win. I can't believe
Are they
it.
going to confront her?
I mean, it took me 20 years to believe she did it with Daddy.
Oh, isn't this nice? Oh, I just love this. All the Tate women are gathered here together.
Well, you two probably have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
No. You two probably have a lot not to talk about, in which case I'll still leave.
Corinne? You know, Corinne, in life, people make mistakes. Little mistakes and big mistakes, and I made a big mistake. Well, actually, I made a huge mistake, and I am sorry. You have no idea how terribly sorry I am.
You didn't know we were seeing a daughter,
But you see, I thought if I told you what a mistake I had made and how sorry I was, that it would make everything all right. But, now that I'm hearing it, I realize that it's just not enough. And well, I guess it probably won't be enough for a long time to come. But I still want to say it. I am sorry. I'm a mother, and I know you think I should have known better. But, Corinne, knowing better doesn't always work out. So I'm sorry. I guess I'm sorry about a lot of things in my life. But most of all, I'm sorry for what's happened between us. Going to miss you.
She shouldn't have had an affair, but I do feel sorry for her.
Goodbye, Corinne.
And it was actually a straight piece in a comedy. I think that's the first straight piece we've had. I mean, a bit that looks supposed to be funny.
I've ruined my marriage, I've ruined my life. Corinne's
like that.
left home, and it's all because I took tennis lessons.
Okay, Jess. Let's just take one thing at a time. What happened from the beginning?
Well, it all started 2 months ago when Chester gave me a tennis racket. Now, I don't know why he gave me a tennis racket. I never said I wanted one. I may have mentioned I wanted a Cuisinart, but I never once mentioned that I wanted a tennis racket. But, oh, Mary, have you got a Cuisinart? They are wonderful. You can just throw your knives away. You'll never have to chop food again.
I don't know what a Cuisinart is.
Oh, well,
let me know.
When I first got mine, all the food turned to mush. But when
Jessica, what happened?
Oh, well, Chester gave me this tennis racket, and I didn't want to appear ungrateful, Mary, so I had to take tennis lessons. And because I took tennis lessons, I met Peter, and because I met Peter, I slept with him. Because I slept with him, now Chester's probably going to find out, and when Chester finds out, my entire life is going to be ruined, and it's all because Chester gave me a tennis racket.
Can't blame Chester.
This is actually Chester's fault.
Mary, have I got news? I just got this cable at work. My son Chuck is coming here from Hawaii.
Bert, this is signed Chuck and Bob. Who's Bob?
It's nobody.
Well, he's obviously somebody, Bert, because he's coming and he doesn't eat meat.
Who doesn't eat meat?
Bob.
Who's Bob?
I don't know. Somebody who's coming with Chuck.
Who's Chuck?
Bert's son. Who's Bob?
I don't even know who Chuck is. Who's Bob?
It's a dummy.
Bert, I didn't ask you for his IQ. I asked you who he is.
A dummy?
Well, your son Peter's no genius either.
Where's Peter?
He's a dummy.
But he's sweet, Bert.
No, Bob. Bob's a dummy. You know, a little wooden doll.
I thought he had a gay son, which is why he didn't like Jodie.
Let me get this straight. Your son Chuck is coming here from Hawaii with Bob, his little wooden doll. Right. And you thought I had problems?
Come on. I got him Bob when he was a little kid.
Bob.
Bob, yeah. Well, yeah, see, we don't refer to him as a dummy because it kind of upsets Chuck.
Not to mention driving Bob completely crazy.
But calling Flute,
No, he's
Johnny
had
a
Bob
Flute,
all
does
his
that
life. He
upset
took him
him?
everywhere. Took him to
Really?
school, to camp, into the army.
He took a doll into the army?
At least he could get into the army. Special Services Vietnam. They entertained the troops.
I'm sure they did.
Hey, he won a medal.
Ooh, Chuck or Bob?
Chuck.
Mary,
How many
I
more
have to go
sons has he
now. I
got?
have to go and see what new disasters befallen me. Well, goodbye, Bert. I am so happy that 2 more of your sons are coming.
One son, the other's a dummy.
Well, smart or dumb, they're your children, and you love
So she's still trying for him, even though she's moving in with the other one.
Tim,
Wonder how long it took him to learn that.
I had to come, Tim. I had to see you one last time. I moved in with that man I told you about. But I had to see you once more and tell you how I feel. I love you, Tim. I know it's crazy to want you. I mean, people would say, why him? Why Tim? He's not that terrific looking. I mean, you're cute, Tim, but face it, you're no Al Pacino. And who knows what your body is like under that outfit. Look at you, you go around wearing a little black dress. And I still want you.
Not a dress.
Tim, please, I'll leave him. Come with me. I know you want to. If you left, God would understand. He's seen a lot. He's millions of years old. What do you think there is that he hasn't seen? No, huh? Tim, could you stop praying for just a minute? It's making me kind of crazy. Okay, fine. Doesn't matter. You won't drown me out. You're going to hear this before I leave forever. I will stay with this man, Tim, but I will always think of you. When he takes me in his arms,
Don't
I'll
think it's going to be a
pretend
wedding
it's
day
you.
thing.
And when he whispers my name, I'll pretend it's you. And when I'm with him, I'll pretend it's you.
He's not going to give up.
All the praying in the world will not stop me from loving you.
Miserare nostri Domine, miserare nostri, fiam misericordia tua, Domine, super nos, quema momentum speravimus in te, te Domine speravi non confundare in eternum. Te Deum laudamus, te Dominum confitemur, te...
Tim, take it easy. God is not deaf.
I understand why he did it, but I still think they're going to get off together. It's going to be like a wedding day thing. He's going to burst into the church.
Godfather? Here I am, Danny. Danny, I'm in the middle of a catastrophe. This is my only healthy tomato plant. Look, Pinnacle. You know what this is, eh? Tomato bugs. These bugs live for only one thing in life, destroying tomato plants. Nice work, eh? Now, what I want to know is this. In the middle of the largest city in the world where there is no agriculture to speak of, on the roof of a 20-story building, how do you know there's tomatoes here?
I don't know. Hey, maybe there was a couple of bugs on a farm somewhere in the Midwest, and one bug said to the other bug, hey, let's go see what it's doing in Manhattan, huh?
It's not funny, Danny. These tomatoes are dying. These tomato plants are dying, and I can't save them. Well, Daddy, I've been reading the obituaries the last few days, and I look, and I look, and I look, and never do I see the name of Bert Campbell, and I ask myself, hey, where do I see this name?
They didn't give him a time limit, though.
It's because he's not dead yet.
Well, that certainly clears up the mystery, eh? I was thinking that probably was it.
Yeah, that was it.
So what are you waiting for, Daddy? You should die of old age.
Godfather, I just don't know how to do it.
Well, you don't have to be an engineer, Danny. You take the gun, you point it, you pull the trigger. Would be nice if he was in the room. So, Danny, you be a nicer boy, huh? You go home and kill Bert.
No, Father. I just can't do it.
Oof,
Look, I know you said in order for me to leave, I had to do you a favor.
Yeah?
Okay. Couldn't you give me something else to do?
Ma, what did you have in mind, Danny, huh? You want to clean out my garage? You want to Simonize the limousine? Hey, a deal is a deal, Danny, no? Besides, it's out of my hands now. I'm sorry. Mr. Lefkowitz wants it done.
Well, couldn't I talk to Mr. Lefkowitz?
No, please, Danny. Hey, Lefkowitz talks to nobody. Mr. Lefkowitz doesn't even talk to Mrs. Lefkowitz. First of all, you can't pry him away from his cockamamie stamp collection.
God, Father, I can't do it. I just can't do
All
it.
right,
But then
Danny.
you'll die.
You listen to me now, eh? Come over here. This is your last chance. You take this key.
Like that said,
This is the key to a
Outside.
remote cabin in the woods, where in the next 2 days, you will kill Bert. You invite him to go fishing with you.
Fishing?
Well, if you tell him the real reason, I don't think he's gonna want to go, eh? All right. In the cabin, there's a fireplace. In the chimney of the fireplace, there's a gun. The body, you just leave it there, and we take care of it. Danny, always. You're such a handsome boy. Nice looking, you know. I don't want to see your body in Brooklyn and your face in the Bronx. That would upset me.
Oh, Father, I just can't do it.
that foreshadowing.
Just destroyed my only healthy tomato plant. And you seriously injured my doorman. I think you can kill a bird.
A tomato plant and a husband.
Will Corinne find happiness with Peter?
A human being
Will
is quite
Jessica
different.
find happiness without Peter? Will Corinne find happiness without Father Tim? Will Father Tim find happiness? Or will Corinne drive him crazy? Will Danny invite Bert to the woods to kill him? Will Bert's other son, Chuck, and his little wooden doll, Bob, arrive from Hawaii? And if they do, will Bert live to see them? These questions and many others will be answered on
I
next
still don't
week's
think
episode
he's going
of
to die
Soap.
that quickly. Next month's episode of Soap. Not next week, next month's. Ignore that completely. But yes, I did really enjoy that moment, that serious moment that it had. I want him to do more than that. I don't want him to come fully soapified. I've got enough of those going on. But you know, a break from the laughs into something serious, so then the laughs can start getting laughs again. Yeah, I'd like that. I don't think it's going to happen every episode. He had more Benson this episode, so that's a good thing. I do like Benson. I think he's fantastic. I don't think there was any isms there to take out like there were in the last episode. Sign out. Because if there's one thing I don't like, is isms, and I don't want to react to something where people think that I am endorsing those and, you know, they're going to see me as that. I'm called Serenity Solo for a reason, peaceful one. If no one is harming anybody else, then they should, you know, be respected. They should be allowed to carry their life how they want to. As long as they're not causing harm, that's fine. And that includes, like, words. No harm with words, no mental harm, no physical harm. But yes, I am enjoying this. I do want to keep it coming until the very end of the show itself. That's why I've put it on a Sunday, since now Prisoners moved to the weekly episodes on a Saturday. This took its slot. 90 episodes, 90 months. It's still going to take 7 years to complete. Bloody hell. I'm going to have to do something about these long-running shows. If I get enough episodes up, in front enough of episodes, I might put them on as a double feature at some point. But I will warn you that when it gets to season 2, you might get it in 4:3 resolution because I had to import it from America. I found the first season in England as Region 2 DVD. I do have a Region 3 DVD player. Unfortunately, my laptop will only, because I've only got 3 changes left, it will only play Region 2 after that. And I don't want to get stuck on Region 1. So I'm trying to save up for a PC, do all my Region 2s on there, and then I'll do all Region 1s on the laptop. So, that'll work out much, much better for me. I can't afford one yet, but I am trying to save up for one. So, If you have already subscribed to me and followed so far, thank you ever so much, whether YouTube, Twitter or Facebook or Dailymotion. I really, really appreciate it. Twitter does get more posts, it lets you know what I'm up to, what's happening, what's coming up, if the channel goes down or hacked, what's happening there as well. Facebook gets some posts longer than Twitter, not often now. I've got Twitter Blue. I know it's X, I'm not calling it X, it's Twitter. Twitter. I mean, as long as I'm alive, people are going to know that it was Twitter anyway, so... I'm 44 now. I might have another 40 years left in me, but I'm not going to give this up until the day that I can no longer do it, whether it gets taken away from me, Snowflake Brigade, YouTube. You know, I might miss something. There was one time, Prisoner episode, one of the episodes had a naked lady on it. I almost accidentally uploaded the uncensored version of it. So yes, I could be a cause sometimes. I'm trying not to do it though. I've got editors. If something needs blurring, I've got editors to do that now. So I can only do 6 shows a month, that's all I can afford. But they get all the blurred shows, because if I miss something, I'm screwed. If you haven't subscribed, could I please ask you to do so? I would really, really appreciate it. Or follow on Dailymotion as well. Dailymotion does get the exclusive, well, not exclusive, well yeah, Dailymotion does get the exclusive shows that YouTube can't get, and Patreon gets the exclusive shows that YouTube or Dailymotion can't get. Thank you ever so much if you have already subscribed or followed. I really do appreciate it once again. And to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. So with that, I shall sign out now and go to the next one, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.